Calling all retro gamers.
Calling all retro gamers!
Calling all retro gamers!
Calling all
retro gamers!
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Calling All Retro Gamers, your bi-weekly or so-ish excuse for two dudes to come on talk about some retro video games. I'm one of your hosts, Rich. I'm here with Ed, the Evercade Effect himself.
Yeah.
What's going on, man? What's going on? And we got some people in the chat already.
Yeah. Every time I see that intro, oh my god.
Yeah, we get a refreshing.
10 years ago, right now.
Yeah, and we asked so many people to like do those, and they're not in there. We gotta do it. We gotta set up. You know what we need? Yeah. We need Gene. We need Gene.
Yeah,
that's what we need. We need to get him and give us some kind of like whatever cool background music thing.
Yeah, and
then I'll set up like a whole bunch of things, and we'll just go through. We'll make it longer, and then you'll get everybody in there.
That'd be cool.
Then maybe we could be a globe. It'd be like the world of retro gamers. I don't know. That'd be kind of cool. It'd be kind of neat. But we got some people in the chat. We got IR Retro. What's going on? We got Joe at Lash, double channel member over on our individual channels.
Yeah.
Oh man, what's going on? Dark Ride Arts. What's up?
Dark Ride.
What's going on? So we got some cool things for you today. Talking about some fun stuff. You know, talking about some catching up, talking about some newsy news. And then, of course, we're going to be taking another step in the brand new completion quest, which started 2 days ago over on my channel. So you can catch that if you want to. And it is Lunar, the Silver Star for Sega CD. That is the next completion quest. And boy, oh boy, what a game. We played for about 45 minutes or something like that on the channel on Tuesday night, and man, do I have the itch. I was like, I don't know how this is gonna be. You know, like playing it already. It was a while ago, whatever. You know, like didn't even take a half hour, and I was like, sweet. You know, now I'm like, I'm all in. I'm looking for all sorts of crazy stuff, trying to get XP, trying to get XP charts. It's pretty nuts. So. Very cool. Dark Ride Arts have been playing a lot of 7800 plus lately. That's pretty cool. You got a lot of 7800 games because that's very cool. I'm interested in those. One of these days, when I get new facilities and new places where things won't ever get wet again, I will go back into the collecting of carts, and a complete US 7800 set is on my list. That's actually the first things I want to do. I want to do one of those.
That's doable because it's isn't it like 70 games or is it less?
Yeah, it's not that bad. I think it's 72 or something like that. I have a bunch, but not a full set by any means. Yeah. Well, I've got like 20.
So question. Okay, since you brought that up, here, I'm guessing you would probably do it this way, like the Atari card, like the newer Atari cards that would exist that exist. Mm-hmm. Like I'm thinking that you're probably not gonna like. What's that really cool racing game that the name eludes me that's like super expensive if you want an original?
What, for the 7800?
Yeah, what's that?
The
that one awesome. It's like $150 for like a loose cart, or used to be before.
Well, let me go to price charting and see what's going on.
God, I hate it because I played it like a few lives ago, like in the Atari 50 collection.
Oh, right. You know, it's on Atari 50?
Yeah, you like race through that post-apocalyptic world, and it was really ahead of its time. It almost looks like it could have been a computer game.
Loose, hard ones to find would be Tank Command. I'm skipping all of the game drives and the homebrews. Akari Warriors, which is sad because I owned that game. Alien Brigade, which is $108. Midnight Mutants, Water Ski, Mean 18, Ultimate Golf, Commando, which I also owned. Planet Smashers, more homebrews, Rampage, which I owned. Man,
Fatal Run. Sorry,
what's up?
Fatal Run.
Fatal Run.
It's not really expensive. I thought the original one was
$70 loose. Yep, it's not. It's pretty expensive, but not world-shattering expensive. I'd probably.
You know what? Maybe it went down because I think it used to be over. Well, I guess question for you then, like, Are you gonna try to get the original cards, or like would you rather get like the 700-800 version, like like newer version in the box?
I'd go original. I mean,
Oh,
I know for a fact that I could just go buy the other ones, and in a pinch, if I'm having trouble finding it, like Atari is re-releasing the cards, so, yeah, okay, I'll buy them. Like if I just could not find it anywhere, but I would do the hunt. I would go to cons and I would go and dig in boxes, and because I love that. I love the actual action of the hunt. So
I'm trying to find it like at a reasonable price.
Yeah. Yep. Hey, what's up, Phantom?
Hey!
What's going on?
Dual membership.
Is another dual channel member? What's going on? Yeah, we're in here. We're just chilling for a little bit before we start diving into adventure, which might be boring today because I think today might be some level grinding.
Well, I think we're gonna have to talk about during that. So no, say if you want to make it more fun, you could do like EMC Mer rules.
What's EMC Murders?
Well, like he does things like he could he did one like the consoles and games that he could only play those on a weekend, but some still set like a price. Like you could say, hey, I'm gonna go in here and I can only spend like $20 and I have to get
like try to when I go to try to complete the collection. Yeah.
You do that, or you could be like I'm gonna spend 30, but I have to spend the whole 30. I don't know. He sometimes kind of does like some he kind of like does like some crazy things.
Yeah,
like that. Like,
I mean, I like those videos because I want to like it kind of gets me in his head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty decent. Yeah, there's a lot of them that like there's some in the very beginnings. There's some of them that are like dirt cheap. Like there are at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games here that are under $10. Almost triple that are under $20. The last of which is Asteroids, and then a whole bunch in the $20 to $30 mark, and that takes you almost all the way up the list.
Yeah.
So you get to like Ninja Golf, Xenophobe, Motorcycle, Scrapyard Dog, Fatal Run, Basket Brawl, Double Dragon, that kind of thing. So yeah, not bad. So yeah. So, oh sweet. Yeah, Phantom's looking forward to some Lunar. Yeah, it's cool, man. Like it's kitschy, and there's some of that stuff that's like it's one of those games that it is of its time, but oh man, it's so good. It's endearing. It just like warms my heart just to look at it. So, but yeah. So yeah, Dark Ride got his copy of Fatal Run with the re-release. That's pretty cool. Yeah, and excited to see what's coming this year on 7800 is 2600 plus. Yeah. I'm actually pretty excited for the tease that happened with friend of the channel, Mike. He directly added Atari on a question when they were celebrating like all of their stuff with 7800 plus, 2600 plus, or whatever, and he's like, "Yeah, you know what? Since you bought that whole other thing this year, that Intellivision thing, why don't you just put out a plus?" And they responded to him, and he's like, "That's a great idea," is what they said. And I was like, "Okay, that all but announces that." Guillermo's like, "Is there an ET landfill edition?"
Nice.
I don't know about a landfill edition.
Oh,
there's one of these. There's this edition. Yeah, man. Right. And it's all complete too. This one's super complete. I think he's got like the poster and all that stuff in there too. Yeah, and we got it's poking at you. There it is.
Very cool.
James Rolfe, he's scared. What's up?
He's scared. Speaking of surprise, I have something I've been working on that I could share, assuming that like StreamYard doesn't crash. So those of you know, like Gene Joke makes like music and whatnot. For my channel, he made like a Grindstormer song that I've fallen in love with.
Sure, man.
And so what I'm working on is like making like a lost like 90s like Evercade Grindstormer promo video.
Oh, that's cool.
But I was gonna say if it'll let me play the first maybe the first 30 seconds, maybe the first 30 seconds or minute, if you want, I could.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
what do we got? We're in intros. Let's go.
I think it's let's see, can I share it? Yeah, it's PG-13. Should we go back to the beginning? Hopefully, it's not too. Let's see how the hell. I don't even know how the hell this looks here. Yeah, so you can. I can't make that window any bigger because it'll. My computer can't.
It'll mess up your stuff if you
can't handle it. But yeah, I don't know how loud it's going to be, so I apologize. But yeah, maybe I'll play the first 30 seconds to a minute, and I also have the VHS filter on it. So let's see here. Just to give I'm not sure what I'm going to release or what. I still need to do some other tweaks, but
we're going to get to that dark ride.
I'll play 30 seconds or a minute.
Yeah, man.
See how this.
In the depths of space, the battle cries, Grindstormers here, under endless skies, I take the helm. In the chaos, I dominate. Through the void, lasers blaze, enemies fall in this deadly maze. Power-ups, ignite the flight, Grindstormer's fury, shining bright. Grindstormer in the galaxy's roar, I fight, I soar forevermore. In the storm of fire, I rise, Grindstormer, light up the skies. Through waves of foes, I carve my path in this cosmic war. Feel the wrath, ships of steel, hearts of flame. In the grind, I stake my claim. Through the void, lasers blaze, enemies fall in this deadly maze. Power-ups, ignite the flight, Grindstormer's fury, shining bright. Grind on you hard, for I am the grinder. I am the Grindstormer.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool, man. I'll check that video out. Yeah, what's up, man?
Well, I don't have the budget to. I don't have the budget to hire models. So Pexels. Yeah, I think it's Pexels.com. So
nice.
That's where I kind of got all that. Yeah. It's supposed to be one of those weird videos where it kind of makes sense and they just show a bunch of different images and I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just kind of I just tap to weird things. I'm robotic with other weird things. People taking off into space. Okay, that's kind of cool. The stuff that I want. And then later on, they kind of made something that sort of looks like a Death Star, but it's obviously different. I don't think Disney would care. They would take it off their site. So
no, it's all good.
So, yeah, yeah. Thanks. Yeah, it's funny because now that I put that filter on it, which it makes a big difference. I can't I tried taking it off and I'm no, it needs because otherwise it just kind of looks like a bunch of clips stitched together. It removes the magic.
Yeah. But makes it look like it's cohesive.
Yeah, the only thing I just gotta add, remember videos in the beginning how they had the credits the artist and the album. I gotta add that and I've been just tweaking some things. I'm no, this thing is too long or not. So
yeah.
Random weird thing that I've been wanting to do because he creates some interesting stuff, some silly stuff, but every now and then he'll create a song like that. I'm oh my god.
Yeah, no, that's cool, man. That's very cool. Like I said, though, we got to tap into that, though.
Yeah,
we gotta get him to do a calling all retro for us. That'd be good.
Yeah, it's earlier in the week, so it might be past his bedtime because I know when he joins me on Friday nights, it'll be sometimes 10 or 11. He's yeah, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. I need to go to bed.
That's pretty wild, man. That's pretty wild.
Yeah, Gene's a pretty I was gonna say is a pretty cool guy. On one of the other streams, he said that actually he went to be training to be a stuntman.
Oh yeah.
But until he got, I forget what he said I forget what he said he injured, but otherwise he said he would have been an extra in a Game of Thrones. He's they were looking for big bearded men. Yeah.
Well,
Anyways, cool. Yeah, random. random thoughts. No, it's good to get caught up because man, we got like too super busy. We were going to do this over the holidays. I swear to God, we'll try to make this. We'll try to make this more regular. We'll try.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Well, I mean, with the itch to get this gameplay in, I will definitely be like ready to rock.
Oh, hey, we got Annie Perona, also a channel member.
What's up?
From us, and she's also on the other side of the world of the ocean in Australia.
Oh, that's cool. It's
probably like it's Thursday. It's probably like Friday after 5. I don't know. See if I guessed that right. Yeah. Cool. Well, some people seem to like it. Yeah,
man. So yeah. You're getting back to the little newsy kind of thing. What do we think about these My Arcade announcements?
Well, okay, let me start. Let's see if I have a good picture of the Sega, because there's Sega. There's Sega ones. There's Capcom ones. There's actually, this one might be. Well, so here's kind of some thoughts, and I'm gonna look at it. I guess I'm gonna look at it for somebody's perspective because we're into Evercade, right? Like that definitely skews my opinion a little,
Yeah, sure.
A little bit, or influence. Oh, Friday 1:30 p.m. Okay. So so kind of going back, like the initial My Arcade that played like Atari and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think like that, and what's interesting on that device too is that you could you could play like more systems. Just the controller wasn't, maybe the buttons and stuff wasn't, you had to use like third-party control. Wouldn't always work. Like I think it couldn't do SNES, but it showed it was capable. That device, it's like for it's.
Are you talking about the Game Station Pro?
Well. Sorry. I'm sorry. That's right. I want to talk about the original one that came out, kind of leading to this, like the one that's like $50, right? I think it's $50.
What device is it?
The Game Station Pro, the original one that came out like a year or two ago.
Is it the one you're supposed to plug into a TV?
Yes.
Yeah, that was $100.
Oh, that's okay. So it's double, and then we'll get to this guy. But yeah,
right.
But yeah, just kind of where my thoughts are on that. Yeah, okay. So it's $100. Maybe it was on sale for, I don't know. But anyways,
it had some blowout sales. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So my thoughts with these kind of devices, and kind of like the first one, that's like, I don't know, kind of like for like the dad who, let's say, like played his, like is nostalgic, played that during his childhood, isn't like nearly obsessed into retro games and things like we are. You can say dad or mom, and then they just wanted to plug something in, just kind of get it to work, and really, and I think for that reason it's awesome. But like, I don't think like your target audience is for you and me, unless it could be for you if you're like, hey, I just want to get something for the kids to play that they can hook up and they can beat the crap out of the controllers, or if they pull the thing out of the wall, I don't care, because it's not like it's not my 7800 plus that's actually like cool. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? So kind of fast forward. So if we look, kind of past the handheld. So if we look like this one, so it's double the price, and it does come with like the controllers and everything like decent. I think it's kind of be for the same reason, but I did have hold on. I have something with here's the list. I think let's see, My Arcade plug and play. No, is this the list about My Arcade?
Well, I mean, it just says it has.
Oh,
yeah. So for more information, go to myarcade.com. Aren't you on? Oh, you're on Games Press. Okay.
I couldn't find anything on their official site actually for the new.
Yeah, I mean they're at CES, so
yeah,
or just coming home from CES, I should say.
But if we go back here, it looks like it's gonna have some like Bandai Namco games. Gonna have some Capcom, like the game selections and everything. Like it looks really. And they're gonna have the handheld, of course, and all that. I mean, all this stuff. Like, well, we'll get to the how much is the handheld? They don't say.
Which handheld? The Game Station Go, the Retro Go. It's $200.
Oh, then how much is? Okay, this is $150.
The Retro Pro is $150, and then the Game Station Retro Mega, which is about the same size as a Alpha, is $300.
Okay, it's like, good Lord, Ed, get it together. Okay, then that's kind of better. So, okay, so again, this like I think it'll be a decent quality and cool games and everything, but this device is for somebody who doesn't want to tinker. They want to plug something in, right? Like, you know what I mean? Because for if you stretch that out to like $200, you can buy like that's like a video that like Mad Little Pixel did, where like he showed like you could buy an old Dell, get a decent video card, and you could play like pretty much like all the retro games, like at least up through like, PS1 and all that. So this is if you want something official and all that. Oh, sorry. Cool, Brian. You have the mod retro. You've been playing a lot, little puzzle games. Cool, sweet. So I think maybe that's like for me, like, yeah, $200. I would kind of rather make my own thing or better use it. Same with I'm sorry, or 150 stretch. This I think it's kind of cool what it is, but at $200, I think the problem again, unless you're collecting this and you want something like you're like, hey, I want like an official Namco or I want an official like Capcom thing. For this price, you could get like the Retroid 5 handheld, and you could play. I mean, you're gonna have to like load your own ROMs and all that. You could play, I think, everything, like up through like Wii. I think like up to like PS3, you can play everything.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, so I think these are for collectors, people who just like, hey, want something to kind of plug and play and throw in. But yeah, I mean, this is somebody. I don't know if our buddy Pete's watching. This is, I think, somebody like this would be like his device because he collects handhelds. He's been wanting a bigger screen. I could kind of see him getting, even if it is redundant in those other ways, because it is official, and I know he likes to collect official things. And then this thing, wow, 8 buttons. I mean, I hate to admit, but this is actually kind of pretty cool if you're looking for a table, kind of like a countercade, and you don't care about carts.
Right.
And it's competitive with the Alpha, right?
Yeah, I mean it's $50 more expensive than the base Alphas. Yeah.
Now this dude, okay. Now what I was this controller, not for $70, like not to use with that, but if it's decent quality, I know the spinner won't work, but that would kind of be cool to use for the VS because it has like buttons.
But the thing is, if they can write a driver for it, right, you make it work with the VS with the spinner.
Oh.
And then now they don't have to have. I'd buy one if they said, yeah, sure, we did the back end work. You can plug that thing in to any one of the USB ports. It's going to work. It'll be fine, and the spinner will work. I'd buy one that day,
dude. Yeah,
for my VS, absolutely.
Yeah, totally. Otherwise, man, Konami, Taito, Jalico. I mean, it has like all the awesome arcade games that like you would want to play.
Yeah. So let's see the I guess would it be the Retro Go? All right, let's try to see if we can do this here. There we go. A dozen titles are confirmed: Pac-Man, Galaga, Pole Position, Dig Dug, Mappy, Rally X, Street Fighter 2, Mega Man 1, Strider, Final Fight, Bionic Commando, and 1942. Those are the confirmed games on the list.
Nice. Now, so definitely, I think like as far as for somebody who's like wanting to get into play retro, like I think that's a decent. I think that that's a decent price, the kind of customer. However, with Sega, I feel like these, I try to find a better picture, but I feel like these are more like a cash grab, right?
Well, here we can watch this video.
Yeah.
Here, let me share this. I found something on Reddit. I'm going to mute it just in case there's some kind of crazy nonsense.
Yeah.
It's John again.
Oh, hey.
Gen X Grown Up.
It's Gen X Grown Up.
Again at the My Arcade booth at 25. We saw all this stuff teased over the last week and a
Hope he's
half
doing
on
well.
social media.
He likes to talk a lot at the beginning of his videos. You can confess.
Tip of the
Yeah,
iceberg
let's
of
see
the
if we can.
Yeah.
already.
I caught myself doing that.
Joystick.
So they got these
players,
mini
right?
guys,
Big ball top
but then they
joystick
got a
players.
bigger
Yeah, I was
one.
right. It was a ball. Good thing I
So these
spotted
mini
that.
guys
But,
will probably be
so
like
this
30,
one has
40
two
bucks.
games on it. It's Sonic,
Yeah.
Sonic 2. However, if you need more of your
That's a
Sonic
huge
fix,
stick,
we also
though.
have a Mighty Player.
Yeah.
So check this guy out. This has 5 different Sonic games.
And here's this
Much
one.
different display here. So this is one of those. It's like 11 inches tall. You can see right there on it 5 games included, and it has the full ABC button
that's
to
not too bad.
accommodate. See, read him here in the background for you.
Yeah,
What
I
do I
mean,
see?
again,
Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Sonic CD. Yeah, you can see him there in the back. Sonic 3D Blast. Yeah, Sonic Spinball. Yeah, so if you're a Sonic fan. Now, while I'm here, let me go ahead and highlight the other Sega
Yeah.
sheet.
Yeah, let's
It's
see what
like,
we got over here.
I want to say it was
We got the
5
Shinobi
different
one.
Shinobi games. 3, 5. And so
There's an
to have an
outrun
outrun one.
with a
Now you can see the little
tiny
music
steering
buttons
wheel.
down there on the front. Confirmed it does
That's
have
fun.
outrun and outrunners on it. Yeah,
This is
so
a Golden Axe
a
one.
lot of
Okay.
stuff in the Sega acquisition
Yeah,
going
I mean,
on.
it's
But of
neat.
course, Sonic
But
is
this
the
is
one
like
that
the
is
stuff that
kind
you
of
see
the linchpin
at GameStop.
of this.
Yeah, yeah.
The,
Yeah,
all
this
the
is
popularity
all
that
the stuff
Sonic
that's,
is getting
I mean,
right now.
hey, they got the
And a
Sega
variety of things that
licenses
you
and they're
can
going
choose
to do
from,
the
not
same
just
things that
what
they
we
did
saw
at
in those
GameStop. So,
teasers.
yeah, it's cool. It's
So if
neat.
you were a Sonic the Hedgehog fan,
So, yeah, not bad. Not bad.
Here's my thoughts. Hey, the infamous Ian Hobbies has stumbled
What's
in.
up? What's up?
But here are my thoughts. I guess like I feel like I don't know. They're all those like the quality and all those things like that look like really cheap to me. Like they don't look as good as the other My Arcade that we just saw, and they don't like nowhere near the. I mean, of course, it'd be pricey, but nowhere near the quality of an Alpha. But here's the issue that I have. First of all, and again, this is my preference. I don't want to play console games that were designed for console with an arcade stick.
Right.
Like having like Sonic with a joystick and that one, but like that's very weird to me. I mean, again, if somebody, so that's my first thing, and I kind of they're collectible, right? Like if you're a huge fan of Golden Axe and you want to get that to like sit on your desk,
Yeah, I mean, you'd put it up here.
yeah,
You'd put it on a shelf. Yeah.
But otherwise, with like I feel like the other My Arcades, that's more like you actually want to play for value. This is like these are collectibles because they just have a few games on them.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It seems like Sega being Sega. I'm like, well, I guess they're not going to want to give us Evercade cards because they're doing this to make more money. I hope I'm wrong, but
I mean, I don't know, man. I think it's one of those things. It's the licenses go where the money is, and if Sega thinks they can get some money out of a deal with Blaze or My Arcade or anybody else, I think they're going to pursue it. Yeah, regardless of whatever the guy over in Sega Japan says. I mean, Sega America still has, license ability. They can, not necessarily override, but they could 100% be like, well, this is what we're gonna do. So I would say never on all that stuff. But that's just
yeah. No, it cracks me up because I know like Sean from Blaze like said that once, and we've kept that alive. Like he said that like once.
Oh yeah, it's like the age old
yeah
ism, but
I always imagine him saying it though. Every time I hear that,
yes,
that's
yeah. Well, I mean, it's because it's the classic avoid. Like we get hit with a hard question that we might know the answer to, but just can't answer. You'd be like, well, you don't want to say no definitively.
This does like I think Game Boy. Like okay, like here's the thing though, where I kind of see that retro is going. Let me see if I can find the. Okay, yeah, let me bring up this picture of the Ambernick Game Boy Advance. I kind of while I'm talking about this because I think, good lord, can I just have something on the screen like not move without?
Oh my god, another GBA.
Yeah, there we go. So like, because I found it and then like they had a thing like an advertisement like go by and then it went. So okay, here's where I think retro is kind of like I'm sure you may all have seen this. Like it looks
Yeah.
It looks like a Game Boy Advance. There's an L2 and R2 on top, and then the other buttons on top are kind of blend in. But
sure.
Where I think retro is going, because there's so many of these like handheld devices, and kind of more arcade is going, is that I think we're at a point now where like we're starting to see devices kind of go more specialized, because like we've kind of like hit the ceiling for here, like the different number of like generic portable devices that can do this. So I think that's what the My Arcade, like Sega could have come out with their own handheld, but like unless it was in the shape of a Game Gear or what, like it wouldn't have been appealing to people. You know what I mean? So like this kind of like if I was going to get a device that could, like if I wanted to get like an emulation handheld that could play everything, I would that would kind of be something that interests me. But I'm like, I have a Steam Deck, so that's kind of like makes it a little bit pointless. Kind of, yes, but that's what it seems like, right? That like and that's that we're seeing more like niche, like specialized devices because like what else?
Or specialized designs. I mean, essentially they're all the same device.
Yeah.
The Ambernick that I got sitting over here, and the other thing that I got over here, they're all the same thing. Slap ROMs on a card, it plays them somewhat well. A lot of times Ambernick puts their driver set or their game OS in a state that doesn't play everything to the most effective way possible. So you've got to go third party and find some other OS on a card and flash the card to put in and make sure it can boot to this new thing, and then it works well. Like, not a lot of people want to mess with that, and it's okay. It's out there. It's for the enthusiasts. It's for all those people that want to do cool emulation stuff. But there's some people out there that just want to go ahead and buy a device and just plug stuff in and have it work. I mean, I am that guy.
Yes. And so funny you mentioned that. That's exactly why I got the Mod Retro Chromatic, because I wanted something not only they could like emulate it visually, but I wanted to feel like I was actually holding like a Game Boy and all that.
Yeah.
So I hear, and the fact that I can plug it in and stream it. The only downside is that I'm waiting to see. Like, I really want to get rechargeable batteries, but I'm holding out to get like the battery pack for it. You can still play it like plugged into USB-C, but then you have to be like tethered.
Yeah. No, it's a cool device. I mean, it definitely looks neat. I wish that I had more. I wish I had more nostalgia for the handhelds, but I was the kid that never had any of it. Like none of it. That's the thing. Like that device is only like if you like have a lot of nostalgia and you like love like the Game Boy and Game Boy Color and you want that experience. Mm-hmm. That's the only, and that's why like if they like, there's rumor they're gonna make a Game Boy Advance. That wouldn't excite me as much because kind of for that reason. Yeah.
I like, but if they did do like a Neo Geo Pocket, that would just be cool. But like in your situation, you have like a handful of games. I'll tell you? Like, I was going to ask you this question for a handheld. Since I had a Game Boy and Game Boy Color, at one point I did have like a Game Gear, like that. If they did the same thing with the Game Gear and made like rechargeable batteries for it.
Yeah, if they had like a cool like super new wave Game Gear that was smaller, like it wasn't so bulky, it had modern rechargeable batteries, a decent IPS screen, obviously you could play all your Game Gear games, and had an HDMI out, or a dock, either one.
They might make it small because like this was kind of like the like a little bit like kind of, I don't know. I'd have to compare it to Game Boy Color, but I think it maybe more the size of the Pocket. They might do that.
Yeah.
That since I don't have any Game Gear, I'd have to find a flash card. But that would be neat. Or even if they kept it kind of bulk, I don't know. But that would be cool to relive that experience. But that's the only other handheld that I actually would care to get to relive nostalgia. Because like for the last years, I've been going back and forth. Like, do I want a device that does this and does that? And kind of what did it for me is it's like, well, you're not playing all these emulated games that you have anyways on your Steam Deck. You always play like actual like Steam games.
Right.
And so that's kind of how like and then I'm like, well, what do you want? And then I did have a Game Boy Advance for a while, and then I got which I still have the SP, but I got bored of it, and that's why I was like trading that in for Game Boy Color games. I think someone commented like, why not keep both? But that's like I was like I had my fun with that, and then I just kind of stopped playing that. I was like, and the funny thing is I was actually playing my Game Boy Color and my Game Boy games on that.
Right.
But so that's kind of how I knew, and I was even playing with the non-stretch of the screen was a little bit smaller, and so this screen was even bigger.
Yeah,
even bigger than I thought. I will say that in the colder weather, because it is metal, it is a little bit colder. Like somebody like a reviewer said that.
Okay. Yeah, man. Yeah. Up here, I don't know what it would be on a cold day.
So,
we just had a couple days where it was like in the 20s.
Yeah,
it'd be a brick.
Yeah, it'd be warm. But definitely, as devices, if you don't have nostalgia and you don't care about like capturing that specific experience, and I've like a lot of love for those devices, there's no FOMO. You're not missing. You're not missing anything like really at all. And that's why I don't like when people compare it to like the Analog Pocket, because the Analog Pocket is totally different because it can play different types of carts. But like the thing though is you can play like Game Boy Advance on those, but then you still have like the borders and you know what I mean. Like that's when you have an FPGA that can do multiple things. It's not. Like I remember like when Pete made a video where he said like I hate this thing. Like remember he was saying like he didn't like the feel of it and everything else. And I heard a lot of people say it's not a Game Boy. So it just now like anything else though, third party, you do have to like because people are wanting to use flash cards. Interestingly enough, not to go too much in the weeds, I saw like in a Reddit thread that apparently like when the Crix flash cards, at least for like the Game Boy ones, I'm sure like there's a certain like a certain version of an FPGA that's programmed in there.
Okay.
That, like he said, like you can't change. It's not like the version of the firmware. And apparently, like for whatever, because like some people would say like the newer ones work, the older ones would work, but like version 6 specifically, and that were sold in like 2021 and 2022 won't work. But if you get the X7, X7s or X5s, they have like version 7. So anything like version 5 will work. So if you get it off AliExpress, so weird geeky stuff like that. But that's the other thing. Whenever you get like a clone model, as a flash cards, it's always like it's always hit or miss. But
yeah, that's pretty wild.
My multi-cart worked, so that's all.
Well, that's good. Hey,
that's
all you need. That's all you need.
Yeah, because it can get overwhelming when you have too many games for all these devices. And who knows? I may end up getting one in the future. But it'll be interesting to see what device they make next. How limited are these going to be? And all. But even those, even those carts. I think to pay $50 though for a new Game Boy Color that cart complete and I don't know, that seems a little bit like a lot.
Yeah,
I mean I get there's costs, but like because Atari is able to do it for $30, so
yeah. I mean, well, I guess you never know. It could be one of those things where big fish, little fish, small pond, big pond, kind of thing. Like maybe the guys can't get a better deal, and it's Atari. Like somehow they're already in production on a whole bunch of other things, and they get a line, they can produce them at a decent price, and plus it's also different too because Atari carts, they're printing actual Atari carts. It's not like you can put a Game Boy game on an Atari cart. Like that's that's the tech there, the chips and everything are completely different. So maybe that stuff is a little more expensive to create. It's a lot of the reasons why when you look at homebrew games. Homebrew games to somebody on the outside looking in really goes, wow, that's really expensive. You paid $50 for a homebrew. I was like, yeah, of course, because you try to make one and see how much it costs you. Like it's that these things cost money. To make. So even though you can go to the retro store and get like original like Pac-Man or Astro Smash or whatever but you try to make one of those carts. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to do in 2025.
Funny that you say that because John Hancock showed on his channel like what he has to do, and like he gets the board, he gets like he showed the cart, he has to like manually like put the thing in the cart. It's kind of a pain in the butt. They get it together, screw it in there, and then like line up the sticker. It's very manual. Yeah,
man. I mean, it's a crazy stuff. It's crazy stuff.
So you can imagine like doing 50 or 100 of those. Like I think that's why he does them in small batches.
Right.
It's a lot of work, and it would cost too much to like have someone else
exactly
do that.
So, all right, I'm gonna definitely hit some buttons.
Yeah.
We gotta hit some buttons, but we can also talk about things while we hit the buttons.
Yeah,
because we were talking about before, the announcement of the cart price hike, getting into Evercast 2's territory. But I also mentioned we were talking about these Polymega collections.
Yeah,
they're now not looking so bad now when you compare the Gigacart price to the Polymega collection price. I mean, within $10. But I mentioned to you that there was something that's grossly disappointing about what happens when you install the games onto the Polymega, and I'm about to show you what it is.
Okay, yeah.
All right, so I'm in the box. So here we have like all the games here, right? NES collection, NES, whatever. And this one it says Polymega collection. I was like, sweet. You go in here and you got Polymega collection, and you got Asteroids and Karate Champ. All right, that's cool too, right? Well, what I thought was when you open this, it was gonna open to like some kind of cool menu, like an Atari 50 kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Well, when you hit the button, it just gives you the games.
Oh.
That's it. That's when you install the disc. It's just the games, and they look just like all of the games that you would have installed had you had a module to put it in. Which is like, okay, it's kind of cool, but at the same time, it's like, oh man, really? Like, there's no overlay. There's nothing. But yeah, what are you gonna do?
Huh.
However, I will say this, right? For Asteroids Deluxe, I've seen a lot of displays. When I play a game, and they look kind of good. But I don't know what they're doing with this. But this, let me hit the start button.
There we go.
It does have its own opening, which is kind of cool for Polymega Collection games.
Okay, that's good.
All right, but I don't know what they're doing with the screen. But on my screen, and even it does carry over to the web pretty well. But it looks like the depth and all of the other that scan, the vector, it's there. The depth of the vector graphics are there. Like these look like they're floating. So like when I start playing, it's like it really does feel like I'm standing in front of the arcade machine playing this game. All of the sounds are correct. Like it feels real good. Like I don't know, like had we gotten Asteroids Deluxe on the Evercade, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if it looks like this. You know what I mean? I don't know if it looks this good. So like it's so weird. But it looks just like the arcade, which is neat. So anyway,
that's awesome. Yeah, I would have thought that at least they would have I guess they couldn't be bothered to create like custom icons or put like Poly Mega Edition or something to make it feel special, or
something that explains the Quadra-Scan displays, what they call it, like something that tells you like this is why you got this game, you got this collection because there's all these cool features. Here's how to use them. A little video about something, interviews, something, right? But that was where it was a little bit disappointing. Everything else in the package though, slam dunk. Especially for the Asteroids one, each one of the things inside the manual just like shows you with a QR code, like the original like service manual for the cabinet, like all the information you could ever know about the arcade games. And I thought that was really clever. I think that's really cool. They didn't do it on the Karate Champ one though. There's no QR codes on the manual of the Karate Champ one. I was like, guys, just do it. Like it's so fun to see all this cool history. Like that's cool to have the physical artifacts. I would also like it to be digital as well, right? So there should be in here somewhere in the screen a way to go and select all that stuff and see it digitally as well. So again, it's something that they can work on. I mean, obviously they threw this together and it is what it is.
Oh, what do you have on Data East?
But yeah, what's up?
What all do you have on Data East?
Oh, the Data East, it's yeah.
I love that background music.
Yeah. So it's Carno's Revenge, Fighter's History, Dynamite, Karate Champ, and then like all the different versions of Fighter's History and Carno's Revenge.
I so wish we would have got that on like a collection like that at Evercade.
So you got the AES version, the arcade Japanese version of Way of the Karate. Yeah. So
well, at least the good thing is, at first I thought you were going to say that you had to keep the disc in there when you played them. Like,
oh no, yeah.
You're worried that like you would give it to your buddy and have them copy the game. Like really?
Nope.
Like
you don't have to have that at all. Yeah,
that would have been dumb. Yeah.
Yep. So, but yeah, just like the other things too. So like for Lunar, right? Obviously, I don't have my copy of Lunar in the disk drive.
You know what I want them to, you know what they should make? I know they have that CD add-on, right? But here's what I'd like to see Polymega make, because I think, because for someone like me, like if I were to get one of those, and probably the reason you did too, is you want to feel like you have like a real console, right? Like you're not sitting. I wonder, like, if they would make a Polymega Lite, like make like a smaller one that's just disc only.
Well, that's what the remix is.
But you have to plug that into a PC though, right? Like it's not self-contained.
Yeah. Well,
like
so in order to do that and actually have it to play the games, then you just get a Polymega.
But
you need something to play the games.
Yeah. But I mean, like I wonder if one of the reasons why the Polymega is so expensive is because to be able to put the modules on, having all that other hardware. Like if they just stripped it, I don't know. Maybe it still wouldn't have been cheap enough.
No, I think it's because of the board. I think it's the the fact that the machine can run all of those things effectively. I think that's why. Because there's a pretty decent computer inside of this box.
Gotcha.
That allows it all to play. And the remix is like, well, if I already have a computer that could do this, then that's where they're going with it.
It would be neat if they had like for their program, if they had like a Raspberry Pi. Because then I could see people making like custom cases, and then essentially you could build exactly what I. But you could only play CD games, but
overwrite newer save game. Wait, what?
Uh-oh.
Which? This is the latest one.
Okay, I didn't like that. Like what?
There we go. Yeah, because
the volume's a wee bit.
It's loud. Okay, let me turn it down. Is that better?
Yes.
All right.
Because I was having to turn you down. I was like,
it's all good. Yeah, I can't tell what goes out and what doesn't, because anytime that I'm in studio by myself, I have my dB meters. If I'm anywhere near 12, which is where I am right now, no one can hear any game audio when I'm by myself. And then I think it's because of the auto mix. But so let me go to the item.
It could be the game sometimes, because when I'm doing this through StreamYard, I've had some people tell me like, hey, the music is like drowning out your voice, and so I've had to turn it down for some games and turn it back up.
Yeah. All right.
Man, I love how that text is very legible. Like you can really read.
Oh yeah, you definitely read it. So let me go back to the guide here. So all right. Rumor has it. Okay.
What controller are you using, by the way?
I'm using the standard Polymega Universal Controller version 2.
Okay, that's okay. Yeah.
Yep.
I couldn't remember. Maybe it was Pete that said he was gonna, because I think he got one of the original.
Yeah. Oh, I have one of those too.
Yeah.
An original.
Yeah.
It's weird because it feels like it's sticky.
Oh.
The sides of the controller feel like they're sticky. It's weird. But yes.
I was gonna say, since we're talking about Sega games, I didn't know that they did a remaster of Panzer Dragoon that's like on Steam and any other system, and that game is amazing, by the way.
Oh, that's cool.
I didn't know that they did a remake of it. Yeah.
Nice. So yes, I do 100% agree with you. Dark Ride Arts Lunar, the Silver Star, is an all-time classic, and the remake, yes, is still coming out. It's unfortunately not going to have any of the working designs things that you may or may not love involved in it, because Victor Ireland is Victor Ireland, and that's how that goes. But yeah, so it is still going to be coming out. The weird thing is the guys over at the small studio that's doing Godshard Chronicles, which is like a spiritual successor kind of thing. It's like an alternate universe, completely different story written by the game creator, but all aesthetically he got like the voice actors from Lunar, the original score, the original composer from Lunar, to write the music for this game that's going to be coming out in 2026. Because they are involved in that thing, they actually started talking to Gung Ho about sending those voice actors, the original voice actor for Galleon, the one who did all the Jennifer, who did all the music for Luna and Lucia, for the 2 original Sega CD games. Like they said, like, hey, we'll go to the studio and record audio for you if you want. But apparently there's some kind of like legal proceeding that may stop them from doing that. And it's because working just science, because it's just a mess. But anyway, there's that. So you need to take a boat to Maribia. Waters are even okay. No, we can do safe. Okay, cool. So I forget where we have to talk to the person to try to sell this thing. Is it this guy? Nope.
So the thing to do the stuff to enable the awesome thing.
Yeah, so where we left off. Oh, can you help us get this bridge fixed? Okay. So, like, apparently, now that the river is running, okay, great. So we can't go to sell the diamond. Everybody's sad about that. So when last we left off our adventurers, we have our friend Alex, who's the plucky adventurer that wants to go on a quest. His friend Ramus, the blue hair, who wants to get rich, and then Luna, who's Alex's girlfriend, who just wants to sing songs. So they go on an adventure to try to get this diamond, and they meet the White Dragon, who, when they ask for the diamond, he's astonished that people ask him for these things, because the dragon diamond is just crystallized dragon number 2. So it's pretty wild. So anyway, so we're walking around with the dragon diamond trying to sell it, and that's where we are right now. So it's kind of cool. So, all right, let's see if we go here. Oops. Nice.
No, I was just say, for those of you who have Amazon Prime, if one of the free games this month is BioShock Remastered, a good old game.
What's up, man? You sound like a little watery.
There we go. You turned your phone. I was going to say that through, if you have Amazon Prime, that one of the free games that they're giving away this month is BioShock Remastered through Good Old Games.
Oh, that's cool. Very cool.
Yeah. It actually runs on Steam Deck.
Very nice.
Yeah, I might mess with it. I noticed a lot on Amazon Prime that they switch between Epic Game Store and Good Old Gaming. And even though, like, I've never actually bought a game from Good Old Games, but just from, like, all the free games, I've, like, just over 150.
Yeah.
Over the years. Well, I'm just the reason I mentioned the text, because even like Eternal Fantasy from doing like size or less stuff, like, yes, I love how it's like text.
Yeah. Short sword, heavy clothes. All right, so we need to get some. Oh, we can do that. West of blur to the log cabin and was fix. Left his axe tool. Okay, cool. All right, so let's go here because we can actually buy some stuff and get our dudes all hooked up. Oh, I need to do grinding just to get a short sword?
Wow.
That's wild. All right. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Damn. Well.
Reload the save state? I don't know.
Yeah, we could reload the save state, actually. Let me load state. All right. So we're just not going to talk to them. We're just going to go over here and talk to the people that said the bridge is out. So at least I can get that in the memory. Because I think you have to talk to somebody or you won't know. There we go. Good. We know now. So now it's time to grind because that's an RPG. It's the curse of the RPG player. You want to buy stuff and you can't because you don't have the monies. We can actually go this way. Oops. I ran into a thing. Ran into a piece of the map. Alright, let's go over here.
Yeah.
See these things right here? They're like healing stones. So that's kind of cool.
It is neat.
So you can do all sorts of grinding. There we go. So
for the fun of it, I was just curious to see how much like a Sega Mini 2 sells on Amazon, and people are wanting like $250 for it.
oh my goodness.
Yeah, one for 300 in very good condition. Usually, wow.
Well,
That's from Amazon US, though. I mean, because I remember right, they were never sold here in the state.
So there's the bridge that's broken. And then I think this is a shed where the guy is. Yeah. The cool thing about this game, though, is the battle system is all like kind of like real world placement. So like it depends where you are on the battle screen as to what enemy can hit you. So you can kind of be strategic about how you use your characters. So it's pretty. I think that's pretty neat.
That is. So yeah, for the fun of it, I just looked at this. I would have thought the Sega One Mini would have sold more. No, that's like, well, acceptable condition for $80 for like very good, like for like 120 or 130. I'm like, okay, that's a little bit more reasonable.
Well, wasn't the Sega Mini 2? Wasn't the games list on the Sega Mini 2 like some like ridiculous, awesome? Like people really like that games list.
Yeah, I mean they were different. So yeah, I mean but then it's like realistically though, it's like you're probably gonna hack it. Maybe not if you just want to keep it stock and good enough games.
I know that the Sega Mini 2 from Japan was awesome because it has these games on it.
Mm-hmm. And Popful Mail, yeah.
And Popful Mail, yeah.
But then the problem was the one for the one with the English language region, you could swap that over to the Japanese ROMs, and it would switch. You could play those, but you couldn't do the opposite.
Right.
There wasn't an English. Like you could with some of the games, but like for like the RPGs, there wasn't an English translation.
Yeah. I wonder why, Vic.
Right. That Astro City Mini and the V games are pretty worth it.
Yeah. I heard because Pete was like super happy about that.
Slippy.
Where are we at now?
Yeah, I think the only reason I haven't done stuff like that is with the Steam Deck and a dock or whatever. You just hook it in, hook it in my TV, use a PS4 controller. But I mean, I get it though if you want like the nostalgia, and it is nice if you have something focused. Like I want to say, if I did get something like the Genesis Mini, and let's say if I were to hack it, I would only put like Sega stuff on there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I mean, I would put like, of course, Sega Genesis, Mega Drive, whatever. Probably Master System and Sega CD, but that would be it though. Like I wouldn't, maybe Game Boy, I don't know, but I wouldn't put like Super Nintendo on it, even though you could.
Cha-ching.
That's really cool that it's just a skill thing and not like a save point in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I mean, because you can basically stay out here for however long you wanted to level up. I think I have enough. That's the other thing. It's like I go to the item screen and I can't see my gold. How much do I have?
Huh. Dark Art says I didn't hack any mini consoles. Yeah, because the mini PSI, they dropped the ball on that. So yeah, I don't blame you.
So where are we at for status?
Evercade made me understand up in value in each game. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Oh wow, I need 1 experience point to the next level. For Alex.
Just one more. Yeah, but there is something to be said too about being able to touch like a physical thing. I mean, really, it just it just kind of depends on when you were born, what you grew up playing. Now, kind of on the randomness for stuff like it's a lot of mini consoles. You could argue whether 7800 plus or 2600 plus is it's a mini console. You can put cards. I don't know, but anyways, the one thing that kind of makes that really special is that the OG Atari, there was no such thing as an official AV out. So, it's RF for Christ's sakes.
Right.
So and not only that, just the way Atari was designed, I don't really think you're not going to get as good quality of having an HDMI out versus a Nintendo, a Super Nintendo or Genesis. You can get I forget what those company makes those $60 adapters that are. I can't remember the name of them, but that make it pretty decent to scale to plug in HDMI. My point is with an original Atari, I don't think that exists easily or cheaply to try to get an HDMI signal out of it.
Yeah.
That's not going to look like crap unless. And even if you have a CRT, you're at least going to want AV. You're going to want something better than So, anyways, that's kind of another case for the making of 2600 plus. Yeah, I know Game Over Game they have sadly nobody cares as much about Atari games because you have to be from that certain era. So 2600 games on average are 5 to 10 unless there's something super rare. And and even earlier when you look at the 700 games, there's still a good handful of them that are cheap, and the expensive ones Atari remade anyways.
Yep. Yeah, or may continue to remake. Yeah.
Yeah. Only played
Whoa. What the heck was that?
Magic thing.
I don't know what that was, but that was cool. It's let me just use this spell and just do a complete clear.
Nice. Yeah. Queen said he played his Atari 500 Mini a few times.
Oh, Supersonic.
Used to hack. Ah, look who decided to slide in. Pete!
What's up? Let's try this again.
Yeah. He's 3 on SNES. Very cool.
Very cool.
I've almost completed the first one twice. But the problem is I need to pick a device to play it on.
Ease?
Yeah, the TurboGrafx one.
Yeah.
I think when I was emulating on Fire Stick.
I started playing the Master System version.
Oh.
And I found it pretty cool, but I never got to finish it.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, my copy of Ease is no good.
Oh, yeah. I think maybe at some point on Steam Deck, I might have played through it again, and then I don't know when I replaced or upgraded my. I don't know, I lost my save. But yeah, it's different because their combat, you just run into things. It's really weird.
Yeah. Hooray! I can buy the short sword. All right, so I can buy a short sword for Ramus too, and then a sling for Luna, because I think that's probably good. No. Go back. All right. So this is one of those games you got to make sure you equip your stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, Ian says nice to see SteamOS expanding the devices. Yeah, I think what they're looking to do is I think eventually. So I don't know if I think they're going to make it open source to everybody. I'm not sure, but I know like what they want to do is like, let's say a company wants to sell like their desktop version. They want to. I think they'll do that, and then they'll have like officially like licensed stuff where they guarantee that like the computers or whatever a certain quality. But yeah. Really, they're working on releasing it. I mean, you can build your own with that clone version of their OS. But yeah, that'll be around the corner because like for $200, you could build your own PC or like actually not even really build, just like buy like a Dell or an NH like one of or mini HP and get a decent video card. And you can do that.
Yeah.
It kind of depends on what you want. But yeah, sometimes I'm like, yeah, that would be kind of cool, but I'm like, but I can for the games that I play, I'm like, I can just plug in my Steam. I've been using my Steam Deck a lot, like in desktop mode. Well, with streaming, I have to, but just also like with a PS4 controller. The only annoying thing like. Okay, I think if I'm using Irony right, so the Steam Deck that they make with the better screen, with the OLED screen, you can use like a controller to take it in a suspend mode, but the one without a good screen, you can't. That's what I mean is I can shut it off, I can put it in sleep mode, but I have to like get up to manually turn it on. That's like they want people to be able to buy like. I'm hoping maybe at some point I'm hoping they'll come out with a firmware version for that. Yeah, I've still been obsessively playing Potato. That and like what the hell is it called? Rogue Legacy 2. Yeah, don't get roguelike games.
Don't get roguelike games?
No, they're too. I'm gonna say don't buy like a Velatro for your phone, or you'll be spending like more time on the toilet. That's just a great like if you just that's just a great game if you like whether. Yeah, or you only have like 5 minutes.
That got dangerous in the office. My Gunzy has it, and every lunch break is just consumed with him playing that game. What's up, man?
Yeah, I've been doing that at work too. Like I'm like, after like when I take my break and eating like lunch, I'm like, maybe watch some YouTube videos. I'm like, maybe I'll play a little bit of that.
Yeah.
That's when you can kind of figure. I've like beaten it twice. Like finally, for the longest time, like once you get better.
What's up, Pete?
Jump on in.
Pete is in. he has invaded. Calling our retro gamers. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up?
What's going on?
Not much. I just finished eating. My wife made shawarma for us, so I just finished eating homemade shawarma.
Oh, that's sweet.
Nice. Yeah, my new goal this year is to be home from work by 5:30 every day. So.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. What you guys doing?
I'm playing some Lunar.
Holy shit! Is this the Sega version or the
Sega CD version?
CD version?
Yeah, man.
Oh, I thought Ed was playing. I thought Ed was playing Lunar. I said, that's not Ed's game. That's not a survivor-based game.
All right.
It's on. What could possibly go wrong? Oh no, I've been playing Ys 3, Wanderers from Ys, which
That's
is
very
cool. Yeah. I'm playing picked it up. I finally got it box complete on my Super Nintendo. So.
Oh, nice, man.
Yeah, so I broke out the good. I'm playing on my Polymega. I broke out the good Polymega controller.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
That's very nice.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Oh wait, do these have? They do not. That's a bummer.
So Ed, do you just like watch him play? Is that the jam here?
Yeah, we just talk about different topics while we go on the adventure.
Yeah. What is execution quest? I mean, I could play something too, but then I find that a little distracting.
And then you get distracted and both of you are just playing games and not talking to each other.
You could do that. That could happen too.
I'm good at the multitask though, Pete. So it's good. I can
Man,
keep
that
up a
graphic
conversation
is
doing what
great.
I'm doing right now. So
This
Yeah.
is Sega CD?
Sega CD, man. Yep. It's this very version right here.
Man, that's expensive, isn't it?
It is. I got a good deal on this one because if I showed you the disc, you'd flinch. I bought this copy I bought for under $50 US.
Jeez.
And it's got so the reason I keep showing the back is the front doesn't have like the actual front cover. You can pull off. And the disc itself is like pretty wild. There's like a ring around it, but it's actually outside of the data letter, so it's okay.
Yeah,
But,
because back then those games on Sega CD, if they didn't have a lot of audio, would only use like a little fraction of the capabilities, right?
Exactly. So and there's some Red Book audio on here, but not enough to affect where the scratch is.
Do you have it on your Polymega, or are you playing it on?
Yeah, it's installed. Yeah.
Yeah. So the great thing, all it needs to do is trigger the fact that it's a genuine disc to grab the ROM.
Yep.
From the website.
So yeah, I mean, it installed nice. So,
Oh, that's wild, dude. That's wild.
Yeah, I was very, very happy, and it's been going great. And
Ed,
I'm
are you playing
on
a lot of your
1.32, so
Ed, are you playing a lot of your new retro handheld you got?
Yeah, actually, I did. I did a video on it yesterday, but it wasn't as popular, of course, as like the latest like Evercade news.
Well, no, because that's your algorithm, man. Right? That's the algorithm now.
Yeah, actually, it depends though. But like the previous one I did, people like, yeah, I made a video. Like I got like a cheap multi-card off of AliExpress. Yeah, no, I've streamed with it and whatnot. I'm just waiting to see if they're going to come out with a rechargeable battery soon. Battery pack.
Oh, you got to use an AA or AAA or something?
AA batteries, or you can have it plugged into USB-C.
Oh, jeez.
It can run off of that. Yeah, I wish you could buy other rechargeable batteries and have it recharge in the unit. But, yeah. But yeah, no, I've streamed that some, but actually I've been playing that more like after work if I just don't want to have to like think. I'm so obsessed with Rotato. Like between those.
Wait, what?
Rotato.
Rotato?
Don't buy that game.
You're obsessed with it though?
Yes. It's vampire. It's like a Vampire Survivors clone, except they have like a lot more emphasis on the characters. Like they have like bonus, like pluses and minuses, or you have to play them a certain way. So it's very different. But like the levels are a lot smaller and all that.
Jeez.
Your eyes go wonky.
Yeah, I'm trying to just focus on one game at a time. I just got the new. It's funny. I'm playing Ys 3 on a Super Nintendo, which got redone because it's a side scroller on the Super Nintendo, but it got redone as Oath of Felghana on the PlayStation Portable as a top-down isometric version, and then the Nintendo Switch just released a remaster of that game. So technically, Ys 3 has like 3 versions of it out there.
That's pretty crazy.
2 are the same and 1 is not. It's kind of wild.
I didn't know that.
No, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, well, I beat Ys 3 a long time ago, but I don't really remember it. All I remember it being very short, and so like, I think it's like a 4-hour game total probably to finish Ys 3. So, I'm gonna try to finish it again, see how it goes. Oh, Lloyd got a chromatic. That's what it's called. I didn't know what it was called.
Yeah. Yeah, I might have to fetch it for those. But Ian's like, meanwhile, Lego's releasing a Game Boy set. Not revealed yet. Just wondering if functional.
Oh, Lego.
Well, they did that. They did that Atari a little bit ago. That was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Did you get that, Rich?
No. The only person I didn't know, like in the YouTube verse that had one was Chris. But I mean, come on, like he's the Atari guy, so. Yeah, I like doing those sets, but like I don't know, I'm a cheapskate when it comes to Lego. If I can get it on clearance, I'm good. If not, then I don't want it.
I think my Lego is that ended when I was about 12 or 13. Like Lego, like I don't.
So-
My kids were into it for a while, but
Doggy, what are you doing? You gotta get out of here.
no more Lego for me. It's
getting
like it's such a big addiction now for a lot of people.
I'm getting invaded by a doggy.
I know people at work who
Hey.
buy Lego sets and never play with them. I'm like, it's like buying a video game and not opening it, right?
Yes.
Or buying a pack of cards, like
What?
hockey cards, and not taking it out and looking at stats. Like, I don't understand that.
You gotta get out of here. Go. This way, buddy.
No,
Go.
Legos are cool. They're just really expensive.
Like all my Transformers I have, they're all like in poses. Like I take them out. I hate transforming them because of pain in the ass, and I tend to break them because I try to force them in moves they're not supposed to do.
Yeah.
They're all either transformed or in robot form.
That's pretty wild.
Oh,
Hey, what's up, Gene?
hey, Gene. Hey, Rich has a request for you.
Yeah. Can we get like a Calling All Retro Gamers theme song?
I'll write you one.
Because that'd be awesome.
I'll do one for you.
We need it.
Retros.
We need an excuse to revamp the intro because we asked so many people to do a Calling All Retro Gamers, and we just totally didn't even do any revisions. We asked like 30 people to do it, and we have all these recordings, and none of them. We just never did it. So we need an excuse. So a new song would be great. Oh, thanks, man.
I'll
Like, yeah,
I'll do one for you.
He's like, great. Now they expect you to make a song for every single thing.
Pete will do the prompts.
I'll do a country song, a sad song.
A sad song.
My dog ran away, and my wife left me. So I'm done calling all retro gamers. Bow, 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 bow. Twang, twang.
You get some competition there, Gene.
That's pretty good.
I popped down to the USA after Christmas and stopped to a GameSpot, and they had one I couldn't help myself.
Oh, yeah, that's good. The chromatics to Canada. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. They're closing all the GameSpots, the GameStops. There used to be EB Games. Now it's like only 2 in our entire city of like almost 2.5 million people. There's 2.
Oh, really?
Damn.
But you know what it's doing? It's making the 6 retro game shops in the city just like they're getting so busy.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah.
Well, you are open every box, Pete. Yeah. Not so much anymore. Don't have the money anymore.
Yeah, we still have what's it? I think it's
I still use
4
OEB
GameStops in
all
a
the time.
15-minute radius in my area.
Yeah, well, you guys are like Canada's the size of like population wise, only 40 million, right? You guys got, I think California has got more people than Canada.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I forget. I mean, there's like ridiculous amounts of people live in California.
Yeah, we just our politicians just put out an offer to Washington, Oregon, California, and Minnesota to join Canada.
That's
I'm
great.
like, we'll take Minnesota. They like hockey and they're good at hockey and they're cold, so we'll take Minnesota.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
not too sure about California though.
I mean, everybody's like, I don't know. It's just like weird. It's like everybody's like memeing on everything. It's like,
We'll take Montana. We'll trade Alberta for like maybe a couple of your states. Idaho.
We'll trade
I love
Alberta.
potatoes.
That's crazy.
Idaho.
Is it
I tried to
Alberta
figure
where all
out-
the wrestlers come from?
Alberta, yeah, Calgary, Bret Hart. I still think Bret Hart's the greatest wrestler.
He's
His
the best.
personality sucked. Like he was boring, like a good old Canadian boring guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just didn't have like he. I always found Bret Hart probably one of the best technical wrestlers. He
Yeah,
was
yeah.
great, but he couldn't do a promo. Like he wasn't like Hulk Hogan and Macho Man, right? Like they could
Mhm.
sell ice to the Inuit, but Bret Hart was just kind of generally boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Owen Hart did wrong.
Well, that I don't think the true story of that acts like I don't. There's a lot of speculation on that harness and who's at fault with that.
Yeah.
No.
I remember from like Dark Side of the Ring and other documentaries of that. So like, yeah, they used a different company. Essentially, used a cheaper
Yeah,
company.
and there was like that's
Doing-
WWF being cheap, right? Like
Yeah.
they chose cheap, didn't have safety, and you could actually, unfortunately, see the uncut video of it. Man, he fell a long ways.
Yeah, that sucks.
He fell a long ways, and yeah. I love Bret Hart in these interviews. Have you guys seen any interviews he's doing? Like he's a broke. Like his body is so beat up.
Yeah.
But every interview, he's got a pint of beer with him. He's drinking a beer every time he's being interviewed. It's awesome.
That's wild.
Yeah, just having a nice pint doing his interview. He was actually here at the Vancouver Card Show, but I couldn't get down to it. And he was there, and he stayed for like 9 hours signing autographs.
Oh wow.
Just signing, and it was a couple hockey players there too, like retired players. But he was there, and I wanted so bad to go down there, but I was working. But
Oh man,
That's rough.
that would have been cool.
Ed, one thing I didn't show you because you're a big Macho Man fan, right?
I like Randy Savage. Yeah.
Yeah, I have the. You're probably too young to remember this, but I don't know. You're probably way too young. When were you born? 80?
79.
So you're probably too young to see this match, but I saw this match on TV on pay-per-view. The Ricky Steamboat Macho Man Savage WrestleMania fight. Have you ever seen that?
No. I think that was before my
That is considered the greatest wrestling match of all time.
Huh.
Like literally, YouTube it, Ed. Macho Man's Randy Savage versus Ricky the Steamboat. Dude, from WrestleMania, it holds up today as still one of the best wrestling matches of all time.
That's awesome.
And I've got a collector card. It's a screen capture image of that fight in a card, like a card.
That's pretty cool.
It's considered one of the greatest wrestling matches by most everybody of all time. And it was on the undercard. It wasn't the main event of WrestleMania. I think it was WrestleMania 2 or WrestleMania 1.
full match: Randy Savage versus Ricky Steamboat Intercontinental title match, WrestleMania 3.
Yeah, WrestleMania 3. Dude, it's worth, I think it's about 40 minutes long, if I remember. But, dude, it is an amazing. It's Macho Man at his prime before he got, like, all steroided out.
Yeah.
Like, as you can see, Ricky Steamboat is just as big as Macho Man in that.
Yeah.
Like, they're not much difference. Whereas Macho Man got bigger than Hulk Hogan at the end, like, size-wise. He was huge.
Yeah, he got huge, yeah.
I added that to my watch later. Yeah, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, it's like I watched it again probably a couple years ago during the pandemic because I had forgotten how good that match was. I can remember watching it. My uncle had a satellite dish and he bought WrestleMania 3. And we all went and watched it on a little TV like this big.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you have it on Netflix, the Vince McMahon documentary is really good. Like, there's some stuff I knew, like a lot of stuff I didn't.
Yeah, it's on. I gotta watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta finish it. I started it and then stopped. I don't know why. But
I wish I stayed into wrestling. Like I was so big into wrestling right up until like I guess the Attitude Era. Was that when that Generation
yeah,
Z and
Generation X, yeah.
all that crap came in?
Yeah.
Because that's when I can remember watching a WCW a little bit with the NWO, but when it got all that like crazy over sexualized stuff, I just stopped watching it. And but I really like wrestling in the 80s and the early 90s.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, speaking of like, just wrestling in general, I actually watched Raw because it went to Netflix this week.
Yes. Is that any good?
Yeah,
It was all right.
I heard a lot of old timers came back for that.
Yeah, dude, they had all sorts of different pops. So if you liked classic wrestlers, and there's all the big names, like giant names, from every era. So if you like those wrestlers from those eras, even the ones that you didn't, you stopped watching in, like basically everybody shows up. Rock shows up, Hogan shows up, Undertaker shows up, John Cena shows up. It's pretty wild. And then the matches were good. The cards were cool. There was a really good match at the end. it was CM Punk. He came back to the WWE after like 14 years of being like banished or whatever, and he fought Seth Rollins, and that went on for about 40 minutes, and that was good. It was a good match. So, but they put it on in the new Clippers stadium, and that thing is wild in there, dude. It's like it's got this like wraparound LCD screen. It's like a giant oval. And they were showing like all these different videos on it all the time. Each one of the seats in the stadium has like LED lights in it, so like they can like change the environment by like changing all the colors in the seats. It's crazy.
Instead of giving people like little lights or cards.
Yeah, they just do it themselves. It's like you're part of the show. And it's like it's weird. And then for NBA games, there's actually a designated zone for like Clippers fans to sit in, so that they can be on the side of the court, the opposing side of the court, for when like the visiting team's trying to do free throws or whatever. It's just like a giant wall of Clippers fans. They're like screaming at the guys. And apparently the architect is a huge Clippers fan. He specifically wanted to make that happen. They let him do it. So, but yeah, the whole building is crazy. They fit 17,000 people in there for Raw, and they weren't lying. Like the place was packed, and like the pops were crazy. The only thing that was weird was I guess Hulk wore out his welcome in the WWE. So he came out and they just let him have it. The crowd just let him have it.
Didn't they take him out of like because of the racist remarks he made? They removed him from the Hall of Fame and stuff, right?
I think that's what it was.
Yeah, I mean,
for whatever reason,
recover from. He's done a lot of bad crap, like in the last 5-10 years, right? Like outside of his character and stuff.
Yeah, so. he's not. Yeah, he wasn't doing a lot of.
I was never a huge Hogan fan. Like I was more of the undercard fans, like Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Junkyard Dog, Bret Hart, Steamboat, Macho Man. Because Macho Man was good for a while, right? He wasn't always a bad guy. Like, he was good. He was always trying to get. Him and Honky Tonk Man used to have some really big fights too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like I like Hogan was good, but he was like I don't know. There was always something like he was too over the top sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, Macho Man's character was over the top, right? So like that's his character, right? That's what he was supposed to be. But I did like Hogan's theme music coming in. I really
it's pretty good.
I've met Dennis Rodman.
You met Dennis Rodman?
Yeah, when I was in mobile, making mobile games, he was in one of the games we made. He was a spokesman for one of the games I made.
That's really cool.
Big Win Basketball. I was a part of that team, and Rodman flew up here and did some promotional stuff for us and all that kind of stuff.
That's neat.
So,
yes.
Yeah. Gene, he did make us a song.
No way.
We gotta play it.
Called the Card Blues. Yeah. I was gonna say, can you turn down the audio on the game, and I'll
Yeah. Let me just mute it.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, let's see if you guys can hear this. Should be able to here in a second. Maybe. Can you hear it?
My dog ran away, and my wife left me. 'Cause I'm addicted to watching this stream. They said it's gotten too extreme, but I can't help myself when it comes to watching. Calling all retro gamers. I'm not ashamed, but I am to blame for being addicted to calling all retro gamers. Calling all retro gamers. Calling all retro gamers. Calling all retro gamers.
That is freaking awesome.
Calling all retro gamers.
I love that.
That is amazing.
I don't miss my wife.
Half the 3 minutes.
She was always nagging about my spending. So now I'm free to play Atari, calling all retro gamers. I'm not ashamed.
This is the best one yet.
I'm to blame for being addicted to calling all retro gamers. Calling all retro gamers.
This is
Calling
awesome.
all retro gamers.
Oh my god.
All retro gamers.
Next to Beats idea. Yeah.
This was awesome about it because, like, you know, that's nobody wants to play games with us, just a bunch of old dudes. Why do their own thing?
He was my best friend. Now it's a slog between episodes of calling all retro gamers. Calling all retro gamers.
Man, this could be a top 10 hit.
But I am to blame for being addicted to calling all retro gamers. Calling all retro gamers. Calling all retro gamers.
Well, I'm glad I tuned in.
All retro
Gene, you're a madman.
Richard, I'd have changed the intro.
That is good times, man.
All you need now is to be at a bar, dusty old bar, with a glass of beer, shot of whiskey,
Yeah, right?
a dog sleep at your feet. That's so awesome.
That might be my third favorite song that he's done.
That's my second favorite. I think the favorite's still the Evercade Effect, and this one. I don't know. I like this one too because it gets you right in the mood to just sit down and commiserate with all the rest of the retro gamers out there.
Yeah, just chill. That's good. It might make the Billboard Top 100. That's awesome, Brian. Yeah, thanks, Gene. That was awesome. That's killer, man. We got it. Now it's it.
No,
We got it.
If I ever do the hot dog
over so I
podcast
can get to work.
with Crow, if I ever do the hot dog podcast with Crow again, I'll get Gene to do us a theme song.
Nice.
Heck yeah. No, the Grindstormer is my second favorite one that he did. So much
what
so that I had to make a music video. The one that I played a preview of the music video that I did a little bit earlier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Oh my gosh.
I'm almost ready. I'm trying to get another couple hundred. A couple hundred silver.
Yeah, it's just funny because it'll be in the middle of streaming. He'll be like, check your email. Like that's what's great is like he just comes up with things that we don't even ask. But it's awesome too when you ask a request.
Heck yeah, man.
But it's fair because I've also done like Gene's requests when he's like requested me to sing like karaoke and like Smeagol's voice. That was good. Yeah, he kind of started the. It's weird, like my channel members like that.
Yeah, man.
Because he said I want you to sing. It's a Barbie girl in Smeagol's voice, and I can sing in that voice easier than my voice. Yeah. And both you guys can watch it since you're channel members if you had.
Yes. That's wild, man.
It was a lot of fun. Sometimes, like when I'm in the car, like I'm like I'll like sing a song in that voice to myself. Like, maybe I should do that. Oh my god, fun stuff.
You know what's great about the Polymega controller? The Universal, that it has a turbo button.
Ooh,
I love the turbo button.
yes.
Next, you don't want you to do a. Oh no!
Hmm. Wow. Yeah, that's like one where though the funny thing is as long as like I try to do them at times and I'm sure like my wife or daughter won't like walk in. That's the only that would be like,
it could get awkward.
yes. No, I'm taking a screenshot of that. Yeah. I probably will do that. I'm calling it.
That's hilarious.
awesome.
No, the closest thing that I've had happen to being caught is when I decided to like do the members only like Mortal Kombat like video, and I just like put on like a ski mask and very very makeshift outfit, and because I was like doing cardio and it was hot and I was hot in that outfit, and then like my wife and daughter came home and they're like, "Why are you sweating profusely?" God.
Oh no, Gene. No, don't do close.
Wow. You really want like an uncensored version of that? I don't know. That might be too creepy. I don't know. Yeah, I know. I do. I like that song, but wow.
Well, boys, I just wanted to say it was fun chatting with you. I'm gonna go watch the rest of Jurassic Park Dominion with my boy.
Nice,
Nice,
man.
dude.
Yeah, well,
We've
thanks
been
for
watching Jurassic
dropping
Park
in,
for the
man.
last 2 weeks. We do a little bit each night before bedtime.
Cool.
Very cool.
Anytime you see us, like, welcome to jump in, and like you did, it was awesome having you pop in.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. Any stream.
I don't have to work. I don't have to work nights very often anymore. So
Very
happy.
cool.
All
Very
right, boys,
cool, man.
have fun. Bye,
All right.
chat.
Yep. See you, Pete.
But oh, you know what? So Gene, like, were you here at the beginning of the show? Because Grindstormer, I like that so much that I made I'm working on making like a '90s style like music video, like of that. But I'm not in it though. But like I played a minute preview that you could kind of see like through Adobe Premiere because it's not rendered.
Yeah. How long does it take you to render stuff like that?
I think 12. So here's what I had to do because of my PC. First, I have to like render it without using like the chroma filter, like the green screen to do like the VHS effect.
Yeah.
And that took like 12 minutes. And then I was going to render it again, but then when I watched it back, I'm like, this part's too long. I have to like trim it a little bit.
Okay.
I don't know, but if I had a more powerful computer, I could probably do it all at once.
Yeah, because I do rendering for edits now. Like most of the time, I do everything in studio here. So, like another in-depth look into the
So
awesome.
I tell you, I tell you what I think I might do tomorrow for my live stream, Gene. I might play it like at the very beginning, like fully rendered and finished, just to kind of show people. No, I'll release it separately.
Yeah, that's cool.
I think I might do, but yeah, when this is done, go back in and you can kind of see. It won't look as good because I haven't rendered it yet. But yeah, it's just one of those weird things that I'd imagine in my head in like 90s. Well, music videos themselves aren't always about like the topic, but thanks to Pexels.com, you can get a bunch of free like video clips and but the cool thing in videos, like it's real photographers and people like taking stuff and putting it up there. And I think the only thing you can't do is like claim that it's your own. Like, why the hell would anybody do that?
Well, yeah, no, you just put your attribution in the notes and you're good.
Yeah. It's one of those fun things. But no, I love music. Like, it's why I always say of all the streaming services, including video, that like if it came down to it, like, I could never get rid of Spotify, knock on wood.
Yeah.
Because listening, like, for one, like the free version limits you like to not like just to be able to pick almost any song out there. And then I like pretty much like even like Netflix, like we pay for the lower tiers with ads because I don't mind that as much, but music, it's just too jarring. Like video, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's too jarring. Like I'm like, no.
Oh, to have the commercials and all that. Yeah. Yes, I don't like it either.
I hate though, like some podcasts have it, but fine. I can just like, I could just like skip. I don't mind that as much because I'm like, okay, supporting them like
Yeah. Well, everybody's got it. And when you get up that high, everybody's got an ad read.
Speaking of that, because listening to Vox Machina and like Matthew Mercer. God, I hope someday I can like randomly meet him. He does like a lot of the voices. I saw the trailer for the new Dungeons and Dragons pinball machine, which by the way, if I just had FU money, dude, I would buy that.
Yeah.
Because he does some of the voices, which is great. So like you have to have him. But like the guy that plays Worf, I forget his name. He does like the main like voice of like the evil red dragon, and it's like perfect. He's like such a good voice. But what's neat though is you pick from 1 to 3 characters, and it can save your progress to level up and all that. And what's neat though is like it's like there's the pinball modes, and then you choose to go through a labyrinth, and like it's procedurally randomly generated that resets every Sunday. So it's kind of like a unique mechanic. I'm like, oh my god,
that's cool.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Here's the thing you should know about that. So as like creators, we can put in like a preference, like, hey, put an ad here because it looks like I'm going to go to a commercial, right? But that's just a preference. So depending on the algorithm, YouTube could just choose to randomly show one ad, one ad in the middle of the video, only an ad in the beginning, or they could just choose to show like an ad every 5 seconds if they wanted to, which really sucks. Like they have like true control like over, because I know like when I watch like the Summoning Salt document, his videos, I'm pretty sure it's in the algorithm that Ed will watch this whole thing. Him, I don't mind, but like he'll have 60-second ads.
Yeah.
And there'll be quite a few, but that I don't mind because he puts in like so much work, like he deserves it. But I think they just know like, yeah, Ed's gonna watch the whole thing no matter what.
Yeah. Well, and then as creators too, you have the option. The only thing you have an option for like any kind of control is mid-roll, because you can choose to turn it off.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, you could choose to turn it off, and then I've only exactly.
Yep.
Maybe though, I think some of it's the illusion because I know, like before I became a YouTube partner, like if a video is popular enough, YouTube would just show ads, and then they would just like pocket all them.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. If you catch the algorithm and it gets to be really big, then YouTube can inject them on your behalf, and you don't get any revenue for it, which I think is dumb. Because if I'm choosing, because I don't have mid-roll ads on my videos, and if I choose to have no mid-roll ads, then don't put mid-roll ads on my video. But there's been times where one happens to hit the, I'm doing real well on a video, and then I'll watch it on a guest account, and then all of a sudden, like midway through the video, there's a mid-roll, and I'm like, I have it off. Like what's going on? Yeah, they'll just throw it in there. They're like, come on.
Yeah, it's an illusion. I think it's a preference.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They probably say, oh well, Rich doesn't want this on, but if we see potential money earnings, we don't care what Rich wants. We're going to turn it on. That's kind of
and I hope the audience understands, like, I'm not trying to just
interesting compromise to that, because like for like all my member videos, obviously like I turn that off, right?
Yeah,
because it would be weird. But here's kind of the compromise. When I do something like like karaoke, of course that's copyrighted. So, but it still lets me do it for members video, which I think is really cool. But I think ads may appear because it's like they say like all ad revenue will go. I'm like, yes, for the 20 people that watch it, fine. And you can have like a penny. I don't care. But hopefully that doesn't like. But more importantly, hopefully it doesn't like interrupt the experience. But otherwise, like you don't have a choice for that.
Right.
Whenever you use it, that's why like sometimes when we say like a video being demonetized, that means like, hey, we don't get any ad revenue. That means like, which kind of sucks. They're the person. if it picks something up for a few seconds, so we hear like creators like talk about that, and it's weird the certain things that it can do that with. Yeah, that's what's like kind of like when Gino's like making music and all that. That's why I was like asking him like, hey, like he uses like the paid service for that because I don't want YouTube or what's worse, someone else claiming that they're like. Actually, I did have that happen with one with the one song like claiming. I'm like, really? That's like so dumb. But anyways, going off on a weird
Yeah.
tangent. But yeah, no, it is interesting with YouTube. We'll let you do and not let you. And not only that, when you put ads, you have to like they make you go through a checklist like no excessive cussing, no excessive violence. It's like okay, the sponsors might get. Actually, there's a really good video. If you want to know like the dark side of how like YouTubers work. I think let me see Moriarty. Let me look. I always hate when I struggle with names. Hold on. Hold that thought while I find. I'm looking at my M's. Now I've become Yoda. How the hell did I see him here? Oh, Mick, yeah. Or Mick, okay. Yeah, let me, hold on a second. Oh, that's, yeah. Since we're on that topic, I'm going to open this into incognito, then it won't. But no, this is an important type of thing while we're on that topic. Okay, let me share this channel.
Hold on just 1 second. Because I'm going to tell the audience we have reached the natural stopping point for tonight on the completion quest. We have all sorts of cool goodies for our guys. We've got heavy glows and short swords for Owl, except for Luna, because she can't have a short sword. So she has the sling, which keeps her away from enemies, which is cool. So I'm going to go this way and put myself in the regular box. Hello. And now we can do the thing.
Cool. Awesome. Yes. Yeah, so like, I don't know. You may have heard of this. Yeah. Or Mixer. I don't know. I don't know why I call it more. I don't know how to like say his name, but like he does like the like a lot of like the longer content. Like the Truth About Limited Run stuff. Like Concord, like things Ms. Morality. But yeah, like it's funny because like he'll have this character like animate like it is like dude, he would be. I would love to have him like someday on Karg, but he did. Yeah, he's the death of gaming YouTube. How money killed authority. Like definitely like watch this video, and he's very candid, and it's great. And the funny thing is, I commented, I said, yeah, basically it's the reason why like I do YouTube as a hobby. But like the problem is like he kind of breaks down like what a YouTuber would make and how like memberships and Patreon people who live off of it, and then like how much more like sponsorships help. Then it kind of goes in this vicious cycle that like if you say something negative or not favorable at a spot about like about like let's say like Capcom or something, right? Then like the next time that like there's like a pre-release or something where they would give you the keys because you need to talk about this game because right before it comes out, then they may deny you keys. So that's the kind of thing. And then they say like some people get trapped in like making a living or being honest and all that. And that's what he even said. Like you would think my channel would be bigger, but he's like, I don't do some of those tactics. So yeah, but
yeah.
Different than like summoning salt speedruns, but he did like he went like the whole thing too, like of Concord, like why that failed and all that stuff. And it's done very well, and he doesn't show his face at all, like summoning salt. So it means even more editing and more. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
just not to shill, and that's kind of why like he also talks about like how like they encourage people like to only read like super chats and all that stuff, and so just and like how YouTube takes 30%, Patreon takes like 10, and like YouTube actually like punishes creators for going off of the channel because like they don't like it when you leave. I like YouTube just because it's like it's integrated that if you're members and all that, you should be able to show off that flair.
Yeah.
But then it's also like for like me and Rich's, our channels, like we read everything. It's kind of like, hey, if you want to support us more, then you can, and we appreciate it. But we don't put that behind a paywall.
Right. Yeah.
Although sometimes people say, hey, you didn't read my comment. I'm like, well, I'm trying. I mean, I love when the chat's buzzing. I'm like, dude, I'm trying, but I'm also gaming, and it's kind of It's funny. Like I asked my daughter. I'm like, hey, I'm like, would you, you know, she wouldn't do this, but I kind of wish sometimes. I'm like, it's funny. Do you want to be like off screen and like just like control the pop ups and like read the comments for me? Would be awesome.
Right.
Oh, her boyfriend would probably. Well, I mean, I stream at night too. So would always. Her boyfriend would probably do it, and then she'd be mad at me because I'd be taking him away from hanging out with her. But no, I know that he would totally. I know he would totally do that, but to shill or not to be a shill. But yeah, like it. But definitely, I mean, it is interesting though too, because when you do pay money for something or you're given like it's that does like that does still reflect like your attitude towards it, kind of depending.
Yeah.
Like well, and like what like and one thing I try not to affect like when you get a cart that's like DOA. I'm like, I try not to affect my opinion. But yeah, like Toplin 4, luckily it didn't, and I got, I got another one. But yeah, I think that's why sometimes like and some people will make that clear for certain things. And that's why even though I say like, hey, for getting these cards, I do this because I have a YouTube channel. That's why I'll say like, would I spend my own money or would I, or would I not like the blue cards? Oh, so actually, did I get a charm? No. So here's the thing, and I could explain exactly why. It's on the website, but probably a lot of people didn't pay attention to it. You can go to the GameStop and they'll give you a charm, but you just have to show them proof. That's all.
Proof that you bought one?
Yeah, proof that you bought proof that you bought it. Like you probably just like if you bought it, probably because you were in there in the store, obviously they sold it to you and they were probably told to hand you the charm. I would imagine if you bought it online, you would just probably have to like print out your receipt or have it on your phone.
Yeah.
But I'm not into charms mainly because I'm like paranoid because they hang like maybe they would scratch that or case or fling back and scratch the screen even though they're not supposed to. At least no kidding, dude. I had mine at the house for like since the first week of December. Then I had to wait till Christmas, which I was fine. I was fine. But yeah, if you do collect those I didn't realize that the OG like Game Boy Color had like that same thing for charms. I just don't remember anybody like using that. But yeah, to shill or not to shill. Yeah, I already read that. But yeah, that really does suck though, because I imagine, and kind of was explaining like at a certain point in time, like you want to be yourself, but it turns into a job. Like essentially, like the problem is, I'm not saying every YouTuber does this, but the problem is you're just a mouthpiece for that advertiser, that person, and it's more like a commercial than like a real review. Not with everybody, but it can be. But then it's kind of and then the other things are there's like no like like they don't have protected rights. I mean, like if you were sick and you miss a video, it's not like at work where you can get like you have like comp days. So it's it's very interesting. Because I won't have it attached to mine. Yeah, if I kind of cared enough, like if it was like a little Game Boy, if it was like they would never have like a K. If it was like a KD or something, I would be, but they would never do that.
Indeed. So, but
yeah, that's right. No. It's all Pete's fault. Rod, like, no, I forget you're at Eastern time, so yeah.
Oh yeah. I gotta get up early tomorrow because my wife is going out to professional development, and she's got to leave out like 6:05 or something like that. So I got to be up so I can be the one that gets up the kids. So, yeah. I'm gonna be staring down the barrel of 6 hours or less sleep, so I gotta start hitting hay. So sometimes I pause. Yeah. That's a true statement there.
I'm going to see if I can send you the card, if it'll let me send you the card blues, or if it's going to be totally dumb.
The card blues?
Card blue, the song that Gene did.
Oh,
there we go. Well, because I assumed. There we go. Okay, you have that now.
Oh, sweet. Did you send it to me like email or something?
No, through Discord direct message.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Talking behind the scenes. No, because that way, because between the two of us, we'll be putting they'll be putting together a theme song, and I'm like, well, if you don't have that, there's no way you could be inspired to like put something together.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
I love the hook of that, and I think that would be if Gene's cool, that would be something too. That when we get memberships, maybe we make the full song available for members.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Download for free or something.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I definitely want to, get in there and take a look.
I could have emailed it to you, but I couldn't remember which email or which one you checked. I'm like, let me just see if.
That's all right. Did it go through? Because I don't see it on the thing.
I sent it to you yeah, dude. I sent it to you privately.
Yeah, a direct message.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have it there. I'm just gonna say hi to you. See if that's there.
Wait.
Oh, see you, Lloyd.
Oh, hold on. Oh, that's why.
There we go. Yeah. Got it.
User error. I uploaded it, and I thought I hit enter, but I just typed here. There you go. Now you've got the.
Got it. I got it.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. Thanks, man.
The IT guy that can't do basic user functions. Oh my god! He also sent me a Glover song and a Sprout Man wanted his own song. I got to play those tomorrow.
That's funny. That's cool that those things can just like get whipped up like that. It's really neat.
Yeah, Gene's awesome. It all started with him just like doing kind of doing a character or logo of me, and that's
Yeah, that's very cool.
If it was something different, it's more done out of a joke. No, dude, those are the best. Those are the those are the. That's when you do your best work, I think.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's definitely cool. But yeah, and then if you ever find a thing where like things, if you ever make something you think it might not fit anywhere, and you want it to like be presented, just let me know, because yeah, I'd be happy to like share more work, and I do every once in a while on my side of the channel things. Got a friend that's in a band, and he'll like put out a new album, and I'll like put him in background as background music and stuff. So it's kind of cool. So, nice. But anyway, thanks again.
Because you got to get off.
Yeah, thanks again to Gene and this awesome chat, and all this other amazing things happening here. Very cool that we got some really awesome stuff going on, and the completion quest. We've made some more progress. We've grinded our way to getting everything that you could possibly get for the characters inside of the first town. So first town, Dunzo. Don't want to see it again. So we're gonna go on to a Weird Woods, and what was the next town after that? I think it's the thing where you have to fix the bridge after that. Yes, that's right. And then you can go to the next island, which is great. That's where the real story starts beginning. You start meeting extra characters and stuff. So I can't wait for that. And then as far as the channel goes, I have a funny feeling that there's going to be another newsline tomorrow. I just have a funny feeling. So keep eyeballs out for that. And if there isn't, then that's fine too. But we got plenty of stuff to play. I got Atari VCS games I got to still get through, and all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of cool. And of course, we got the Evercast on Saturday, and then we're pretty good.
Yes.
So, but yeah, lots of really cool stuff.
Lots of stuff to talk about on Evercast.
Yep.
So, it was actually kind of cool that I'm glad that Pete came in and we talked about all other things other than Evercade, because I was kind of afraid we were like, no, we won't have anything to talk about. So
yeah.
No, that was awesome. I enjoyed Pete coming in.
Yeah, it was really cool. It's always good when we have a visitor.
Heck yeah. And then for me, real quick, I'll be streaming live tomorrow, probably Saturday, and I think I'll be for the beginning intro to come on. I think I'll probably play the Grindstormer song, and then I'll release that separately, and then I'll hide that video so you'll never be able to see that again except for when it releases. No, and then usual video next week. I need to actually. I haven't done my initial thing on the last two carts, so I'll probably have to do that. Get back on that.
Nice.
And Yeah, I think that's it. Hopefully, we'll try to make this a regular thing. I hope.
Again, man. Get back in the saddle.
Yeah, right.
So, all right, guys. Well, with all that being said, thanks again for watching, and we will catch you next time right here on Calling All Retro Gamers. See you.
Calling all retro gamers.
This concludes our broadcast day. Click.